Hello and welcome, and you are here today with me, Donna, on behalf of New Life Church, Milton, Keynes, and I am continuing our series on everyday heroes. I'm joined in conversation today by Derek Stanley. Now, Derek is a husband, Derek is a father, Derek is a foster parent, and Derek also works for a charity. Welcome, Derek.
Hello, Donna.
Hello. So I want to ask you a question, Derek. I want to ask you, what has life been like for you prior to lockdown?
Prior to lockdown, I was a very busy person. I foster children. So I've got two young lads, both very busy. They do a lot of activities outside the evenings, the youth clubs, Our Voice, all sorts of things. And so I'm basically a taxi driver. I work for Unity Park Station as the manager. I am currently furloughed and at home at the moment. But prior to this, I was busy. I was down there most often, meeting people, mentoring some teenagers. So it was an all-round thing, socialising with family, etc., planning a wedding. So, busy.
Okay, so we're now in lockdown. You mentioned that you have been furloughed. So what is life for you like now?
Now, it's totally different now. For the first week when the two boys were off, it was very difficult for them, very difficult, because they had to adjust quite a bit. And they thought it was a holiday, and we tried to explain. They got it by the second week, but we let it go for the first week. So it's now the routine. They're in the routine now. So they get up late, about 9:30, education, 2 hours a day, Monday to Friday. And then Julie, my wife, does normally that, because I go down to Unity Park as a volunteer to help out packing food and making sure the place is tidy and encouraging people. And I make tea for a lot of the volunteers. We do social distancing then, so there's a whole package. And it started with very few people, but it's now about 80 parcels a week now. So we do daily walks. The boys are now building a den in the woods at Linford Wood. So if you go around Linford Wood, you'll see a den there. So put some wood on it. Sometimes, I must admit, sometimes they've been excellent, but like most people got families, there's ups and downs, right? And all they need is a bit of space. So what we do is give them free time in the afternoon, and they do what they want. And mostly it's either listen to music. Orion had his birthday during the lockdown, so we had to do a barbecue birthday in the garden instead of doing what we were going to plan. We've had to cancel the wedding, cancelled 2 holidays, which the boys were looking forward to. One of the things that we had planned was during the Easter break, because of foster care, we were going on holiday with 20 other foster carers to Yarmouth, and everyone was disappointed when that was cancelled. But it's a gathering together of people, and I also we got a WhatsApp group called Mother Goose. I didn't give that the title; somebody else gave the title, but I'm one of the key people of that, and we help out one another via WhatsApp. And we do a lot of baking. The education, prime example, last week was VE Day on Friday. And for the whole week, the education was based around that. So they were watching old videos and things like that. That next week is National Donut Week. So they're going to be making donuts. So we look for something like a celebratory thing. One day next week is Numeracy Day. So we're working around that. So, yeah. Good.
Sounds like you're busy, Derek, and I like the sound of that. So my last question for you, Derek, is where has God been for you during this lockdown season?
God has been with me all the time. It's, I can't explain it. It's just that, my heart is the community, right? And once the winter night shelter closed on the 23rd and those guys went into temporary accommodation, Kathy, the manager there, said, we've got a need here. And that's why I volunteered down there, because there was a need, we met it. And it wasn't God telling me that's what it is. It was just we had to do it because these homeless guys had nothing. Well, they had a house, but they had nothing. So, my heart is where there's a need, God will provide. And, without actually thinking about it, it just happened. And that's why I know it's from God. And there's other things going on with the community where we're doing vulnerable and homeless and mentally health regions, and a lot of volunteers coming forward, cooking and baking and delivering food down there. And it's a massive thing. And that's where I am at the moment. But I also at home, I listen to music and I listen to read and Zooms, lots of Zooms. So that's, I've struggled because, one of my thing, I like to give people hugs, and there's a particular day in a couple of weeks' time. There's a National Hug Day, which isn't going to happen because no one can do that. So meeting people and socialising and going to coffee shops and all that sort of thing, I miss that. But at the moment, we're not saying enjoying ourselves, but we are where we are, and we just got to look at it differently. And the other thing that I do is I with my neighbours, because on VE Day they were all out on the drives, and it was wonderful to see. I get some flowers and I just give flowers to people just to cheer them up, because they're in the same boat. The whole street is in isolation, and just leaving a bunch of flowers on the doorstep gives them gives them a smile.
Lovely. Thank you, Derek. And thank you so much for coming and sharing with us today. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.